Hey, good morning, guys and gals. This is the first video in a series of we're going to go all the way through this X32 rack with the S16, as well as some of the other stage boxes. When you first get any piece of equipment that runs firmware, then you want to make sure that you have the most updated firmware available. And the reason being is, number one, it's going to make your product react the way that it's supposed to. It's going to make it operate the way it was intended. And more importantly, as you're up here asking questions or trying to get advice, if someone is running a different firmware than you are, what they tell you is not going to make sense. You're going to be looking for things that just simply aren't going to be there. Okay? And that's why it's important to always keep your firmware updated. So we're up here on the behringer.com/product.html $MODEL CODE POASF. Okay. Now over here on the right hand side, you're going to see where they have their product library. You're going to click on software. Now, currently I'm running firmware version 4.04, and I'm going to go ahead and update my X32 rack. So I'm going to click on this, I'm going to agree to it, and then I'm going to download it. And then I'm going to save this file. Now it is in a zip format, so it will have to be unzipped. And then I'm going to take my thumb drive, which I use a 4 gigabyte Cruiser. It's made by ScanDisk. It's formatted to the FAT32. Okay, so all I want to do is transfer that file from my computer onto this thumb drive, so then I can take the thumb drive and put it into the actual X32 rack, the front USB port, and then we'll go through that procedure once I get my camera set up for that. All right, we'll be right back. Okay, guys, so I've got the folder on the hard drive now, and I'm going to unzip it. And then I'm going to transfer it to my thumb drive, and that's what we're looking for right here. Okay. Now, I've already got this open down here, so I'm simply going to copy this and then transfer it over to the thumb drive. Now this, I am running Windows 10, so at this point I'm going to come down here and eject it, just like you normally would. And when it's safe to remove, then that's what I'll do. All right, now over to the X32 rack. Okay guys, at this point I've got my USB drive plugged into the front. We're going to come over to Setup. I apologize for my hands being in the way. I'll try and keep them out as much as I can. Over here on the left-hand side, as you can see, we can come down on the bottom when it says Update Firmware. We're going to select that. Now, it's at this point, we're going to scroll down, and that's the one we want to select. That is our update. And Backup All Console, we're going to say yes. And it's going to save the libraries. It's going to check the integrity of the files. It's going to do what it needs to do. Now it's going to take it just a few seconds here. And keeping this firmware updated is really such a simple process. Now, with the S16, you will actually do this from your computer. Okay, now it's saving the show data, and it's checking the file integrity. Now it is updating the firmware. As you can see, it's turning red there. It says do not switch off. And now it's coming on with green. It's checking that file's integrity to make sure that everything is loaded properly. Now the update is completed and it is now rebooting. Now at the end of this, since we've already got this USB stick in here, I want to show you, before they were asking me, how do you get these, your scenes and your presets on your computer? Since we've already got our USB in there, we're going to come over to Utility. We're going to come over to Library, Utility, and over here we're going to select All, And now we're going to export this, and it's going to export it to the USB drive. And we're going to do this to the USB root folder is where it's going to put it. So over here at the very end, very last one, we're going to say export, and there we go. Now that is everything on the USB drive. Okay, as you can see right over here, or you cannot see, it says USB drive. Okay, and from this point, guys, you just take it, the USB thumb drive out, put it onto your computer, and then I would suggest just making a folder like you've seen me do many, many times. And that way, when you use the X32 Edit or the M32 Edit software, you can load these channel presets from the computer instead of doing it from the rack itself. All right? And that's it. Take care, God bless, and we are out of here.